Hello and welcome or welcome back to the Women's Ninja Association Season 1 Qualifier 1 here at Ascend Obstacle Training. I'm Megan Budway, founder and director of the Women's Ninja Association, joined by Jen Sanders, who you'll see out on the floor, our course director that's going to be reffing the courses that you see today. Welcome to the Teens and Young Adult Division. We have 12 athletes that are going to be taking on these courses, mixed young adult and teens throughout today. Thank you so much to the Ascend team for putting these courses together, to Lucas and Matt for the course design, rigging all the obstacles, to Renee for hosting us this weekend. We're super excited to be out here. Ascend has had an insane showing of female athletes in every division, so we're excited to see even more take on the course here. Trying to take those qualifying spots to go to finals in March. In order to qualify, the ladies are going to be running 2 courses today. They're going to run the speed course that you're about to see, and they're also going to run a tech course after their speed course. The qualifications are going to be determined by a combined placement score of both the speed and tech courses together. And that means that the top 5 in every division are going to be qualifying to our finals, which will be taking place in March at Modus Ninja Warrior in Missouri. We also have 3 other qualifiers this season. We've got Warrior Tech in December in North Carolina. We've got Dexterity Depot in January in Pennsylvania. And we have Crescent City in February in Louisiana, all leading up to our finals at Modus, where the ladies are not only going to be running 2 courses, they're actually going to be running 3 courses. We're going to throw an endurance course in there as well. 20 ladies from every division is what we are looking for to fill up our finals. Currently, the ladies, you can see they had their walkthrough. They're getting a little bit of a warm-up in before we get our first runner in a few minutes here. Huge shout out to NinjaWorks for our leaderboards, our timers, and everything in between that you see on the live stream, as well as if you're following along on our Women's Ninja Association website. They put all of that together. The #1 and only timer of the Women's Ninja Association. We are so grateful for how easy they are to work with, how they set everything, showed us how to do everything, and we can't say enough amazing stuff about NinjaWorks, so thank you so much. Our speed course, these ladies are going to have 1 minute and 30 seconds to get through 8 obstacles. The rules of this course: if you fall, you are done collecting points, but you can continue your run until your time is up. The placement of your speed course is going to go into that overall score, and it's also going to determine the run order of the tech course as well. The higher you place, the later you go in the run order on our second course. We're going to have a mix of balance obstacles, upper body obstacles, and because this is the Women's Ninja Association, we are allowed to force moves. So you might see some ladies like, oh, well, why are they not just skipping that? And I'll talk about the obstacles as we go through the courses, but some of the moves are forced, usually out of safety, but some just because it makes the obstacle a lot cooler. All right. We're going to get our live stream, or not our live stream, we're already started. We're going to get our runners started here shortly. In about 1 minute, we're going to have our first runner, which is going to be Celia. All right, we have our first runner, which is one of our young adult females taking on the speed course here. This is a very quiet group. Oh, this is not Celia. We've got Shay up first. So that means one of our young adult females is not here. But now we got Shay, a teen female taking on the course. Shay is up, and she's going to be the first runner on the speed course, and she is off. She's got 1 minute and 30 seconds to get through as many obstacles as she can. Reached up on that sky reach, jumping out to that second ring on our side skirt, making her way around to springs and swings, running right through it. Takes one extra swing to make sure she can really pull herself through, jumping out and over, dismounting is on the floor now for that fidget obstacle. Running into the trapeze bar, reaching, popping down, really good front swing. Wants to make sure that she's got the distance here on this platform, and she's got it. Over now to Miss Captain Hook. They also have the bigger metal ring. They've got a little bit bigger of a pull up to that bar, reaching out to that other hook. She's got to line her hips up and goes right away to that dismount. Out of time. This is very similar to the hourglass drop you may have seen on old Ninja Warrior episodes, and she's got it. They have to go up to that black bar. They must go to the top. This is a force move. They have to get to the very top of this wall, up and over, and she has got a buzzer. Our first runner is going to be Shay. All right, Vivian is our next runner. I was just told on that last obstacle, it's actually not a force move. They can side pull through the wall. And Vivian, great work. No backswings or pullbacks needed. She's pulling herself through these obstacles right away over to the floor, turning the corner, running and going right away to that board, making sure her hips are behind her. She gets a pull back and she is dismounting, turning that corner over to the ring, reaching out, gets that second hook, floats over, up to the bar, drops, goes up right away. They are allowed to side pull now over the top to the side, but she's opting to go up to the top, over, and hits the buzzer. 36 seconds. It's gonna put Vivian in first place on our teen leaderboard. Teens and young adults are two separate divisions when it comes to the leaderboard, so we'll have top 5 teens and top 5 young adults, but I believe now we only have 2 young adults here, so congratulations to you too. We need to get more young adults out here on this course, and we've got one right now. We've got Gabby stepping up. I think overall, in both male and female, young adult is the smallest division because at that chance you also can go elite as well. Takes a couple extra swings, but she's able to get herself over to that dismount. Turning the corner, Gabby is facing springs and swings, one step through everything right away into that fidget spinner, making sure she can pull herself to the platform. Walking her way through, jumps back and to the dismount. Over now, running and jumping into great lock off, being able to keep that swing alive. Reaches up to that board. She's gonna pull back, try to go right away on that dismount. Great lean forward. She's got 47 seconds onto Miss Captain Hook. This is a pretty big pull up to that bar. She's got great pull strength here. Great one-arm strength, too, to be able to hold on after missing the hook the first time. 34 seconds left. She's got our out of time. Don't think she will run out of time, though, here. She's got plenty of time left on the clock. She's got to drop right down This trampoline is a forced move. Oh, and she's just a little too far forward on that trampoline. If you don't hit that trampoline in the sweet spot, the middle or slightly forward from the middle, that is going to happen. She's going to be our first young adult runner, though, up on the board. And up next, we have Sophia, another teen female out of Ascend. Running right out of the gate, going right to that dismount, jumping to the second ring, a little pull back, pulling through on the wing nut, rounding the corner. Steps right in the middle, goes right away, is able to save, goes off to the side a little bit, is able to save her balance, and that doesn't slow her down. She's running over into that trapeze bar. Big jump, big pull back, going for that dismount. She's got it. Over now to Miss Captain Hook, a minute left on the clock. Unhooks it right away, is able to reach and go. Very smooth run so far. Sophia's on the final obstacle. She's got to drop down and up. Gets that last bar. Pulling over, they are allowed to go to the side, but a lot of them are opting to go all the way up to the top. And that's going to be a 44-second run, putting Sophia in second place on our speed course. Great job. Sophie is our next teen female stepping up to the course. A minute and 30 seconds on the clock. One swing and she is out of there. Small pull back, turning that corner, attacking our balance obstacle right away into the fidget. Saves herself there. Great balance and awareness as she turns the corner over to the trapeze, reaches right away. Good pull back. Is going to need one more swing here. Gets her hips a little sideways, but she's got it. Over to our ring hook. Goes right away to it, lining those hips up, making sure it doesn't send her in a diagonal motion. Is able to dismount, pulling up to that bar. She's got to drop straight down onto this trampoline and up. Very good technique out of Sophie, looking for this warped wall. Deciding to go all the way up to the top, around, and hits that buzzer at 48 seconds. Third place right now for Sophie.
Wait, this is Julia? Oh, you're ready? Okay.
All right. There we go, Julia. Another teen female. Was ready to go, got here a little late. We were gonna give her a little extra warm-up time, but she said she doesn't need it, and she's ready to go in the run order, and she's off. Jumping out to that second ring, pulls back on the wing nut. Big steps through the balance. Keeps her feet in front of her. Very good tech. A little lost on where we're going because she was late, but that's okay. I love the underbar tech that she had on that fidget spinner. That was very clean. Taking one extra swing there, all the way to the dismount, over to Miss Captain Hook. Jumps back so that instead of pulling, it just swings her to the bar. She's got to push a little higher, reaching out, making sure her hips are straight, and onto out of time, the hourglass drop. Stops on the trampoline. Now she's got to get a big jump up. Double jumps forward just a little bit, grabbing her head. Oh no, but it happens sometimes in Ninja. And that's okay. Great run up to that point for Julia, especially for being late and not getting a full walkthrough of the course. She should be very impressed with that run. Lauren is our next runner, another teen female. Asking a couple clarifying questions with Jen before she gets on this course. Rocking the Ascend socks and the Ascend shirt. And she is off. Skips the first step. Pulls around the bar. I don't think we've seen anyone do that yet. Just pulls through, doesn't even use her feet on that bar. She is moving, keeping those legs in front of her so she can dismount right away. Running into, reaching, setting those hips back. Needs one extra back swing here. Doesn't pull back quite as hard as she wants to, but she's not going to let that stop her. Uses the truss to get around to the next obstacle. Reaching out right away to that dismount. Very light on her feet here. Pulls up, goes right away. That was so clean. On out of time, goes around the side, but she does stick her foot onto the blue floor right before the dismount. And now we're seeing maybe why they're opting to go to the top of the wall instead of pulling around it, because she did come up a little bit short. Very, very clean run up to that point. Awesome job. Carly is our next teen female runner on this course, another Ascend athlete here. So many incredible ladies on the Ascend team. Shout out to Lucas for fostering such a great environment with the girls on his team. Taking an extra swing, jumping out. Her teammates are cheering her on here, telling her to trust herself that she's got this, and she does. She's over now, 2 springs and swings. Stepping through, great job right away to that fidget spinner. Unfortunately, she did. All right, we're gonna give it to her. She did touch the wall a little bit. I'm not sure if they clarified that in rules or not, but Jen is gonna give her that point, and she's gonna keep going on this course.
Come on, kiddo.
She's gotta build that swing up, be patient on that trapeze swing, reaches up to the bar. She's got one more big swing to go. When you've got these long straps, it does use a lot of energy and patience to be able to build that big swing up. Patience in your backswing so you don't kill your swing while you're on this. Gets the dismount! Way to go, 25 seconds on the course. She's got a big, great lock-off. She can be able to hold herself like that while she's reaching out. Let's see her one-arm strength here. Goes with the other one just to make sure she's got the grip and she's got the lineup. She's got 10 seconds. I want to see her clear this one right here. Goes over, gets the dismount. Falls into the next obstacle. 2 seconds left on the clock. And that's going to do it. Great resilience out of Carly. Good job. Nice work to Carly. All right. We've got Abby, another teen female out of Ascend. We can tell from the socks mostly which one are our Ascend athletes here. Making her way over. I think every team should have team socks. Such a cool idea. Running her way through, keeping those legs in front so she's not floating too much on those pull-throughs. Running into that trapeze. Takes one back swing here, up to the board. Sets her hips back when she pulls. Pulls right away to the dismount. Onto our ring obstacle. Is able to engage her shoulders to go right to that bar, swinging through. 50 seconds left on the clock when she is on our last obstacle out of time on our hourglass drop. Great jump up, goes right away. Decides to go up to the top of the wall to make sure she does get that dismount, and that's gonna be 49 seconds on the clock for Abby, 4th place on speed. We've got our other young adult female. We've got Freya stepping up from Vitality, rocking that Vitality shirt. And she is off. I believe one of our young adult females could not make it, and the other one actually competed earlier just to be able to compete. So we only have 2 young adult females today, and Freya is the next one, and she is moving quick through those obstacles, making sure she's got her balance. Pulls her legs in front of her to get over to that dismount, running through that trapeze, taking a back swing here up to that stable board, sets her hips back and pulls right away. Very smooth technique off of that board. Reaching up. She's got to unhook, push it back, find that other hook, pulling her hips back, going right away. She's cleared that plane. She's good to go. That is only a landing platform. She's up now. She's got to drop down to this trampoline, decides to stop on it. She's got to get a big jump. The blue is the blue is okay, but it didn't give her enough spring on that blue to get up to the bar. That's still going to be a 1st place run, though, for Freya on our young adult leaderboard. These girls fighting for that gold medal today. And Carrie's going to be our next teen female, also out of Vitality, rocking that Vitality jersey. I think one of my favorite parts of like world champion type events is seeing oh no! She just jumped and missed. Keep going! Just a little fluke there, but she does have a smile on her face, and she's gonna attack. We can see the speed on the rest of this course out of Freya. Wow. She is not letting that little slip up slow her down. She does have another course to run, and judging by her speed, Carrie is absolutely crushing this, judging by her speed. I think I said the wrong name at one point during that. But Carrie is absolutely crushing it. I don't think that we've seen the end of Carrie. I think she can put up a really fast time on that tech course and come back from that early fall. All right. That was our last runner here for our teen and young adult division. So we're going to take a look at our leaderboard. So it looks like based on the run order, it is going to be reversed. We're also going to mix our young adults in there as well. So it's going to be a reverse of how everybody placed on the speed course. But looking at our leaderboard, looks like Vivian's going to take that first place spot. And over to our young adults, we've got Freya in that first place spot as well. Just as a reminder, it's going to be a combination of the two courses. Speed and tech are going to determine who our winner is and who is going to be qualifying to finals. We have 3 more qualifiers left in the season as well. Warrior Tech, Dexterity Depot, and Crescent City. We've got 1 a month leading up to our finals in March. We're going to take about 15 minutes or so for the girls to go over to tech. We're going to do rules, we're going to do walkthrough, and we will be, sorry, I cut myself off there. We will be right back with our tech course to find out who's going to qualify for finals in March, so stay tuned. All right, guys, we are gonna have our first runner up on the tech course here in about 3 minutes. The run order for this course is determined by the placement on the speed course. So Carrie, the last one we saw on the speed course, is gonna be our first runner. And based on the speed that we saw her even after that early fall, I think we're gonna see a very explosive first run on this tech course. These ladies have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to get through 12 obstacles today. And the rules are different. In the speed course, you saw it was one fall and you're done. On the tech course, they actually get 3 tries for every single obstacle. And the retries that they have on this course do not count against them. As a reminder, it's going to come down to a combined score of both that tech and that speed. And if we have 2 ladies that have the same place total, so for example, if we have first and second, one of them gets first on speed and second on tech, and the other gets second on speed and first on tech, that athlete that has that higher tech placement is going to be our first place athlete of the day. We've got 11 ladies that are going to be taking on. If we look over at our overall leaderboard right now, 9 teens and 2 young adult athletes. They're going to be starting here in about 2 minutes. All right, and Carrie is going to be our first runner here on the tech course. We saw a very explosive finish from her on the speed course, so I'm very excited to see. As our first runner, she's seen no beta on this course yet, but she is already off on that bungee. She's got to reach up to that ring and take her all the way over to that dismount. Over now to our monkey through monkey bar obstacle. For this one, it's called our grip line because they also have to line their hips up through this. The way that it works when they jump out to that first trapeze bar, it kind of throws their swing forward and back. They have to spend the rest of the obstacle lining it up side to side, and it was no problem for Carrie as she's gonna run now through our skate tricks and into the slider. They can use that higher ring if they want to get them over to the spinning disc, line their swing up. She goes right away to that dismount, over now to the bar trap. This obstacle does have a forced move. Our ladies must put that second bar into the bear trap before they are allowed to lâcher forward to that dismount. Carrie's going for more of a kipping salmon ladder type approach. She's got to drive her knees up. There it is, and push that bar up. Great bicycle kick over to the dismount. 2 minutes and 9 seconds now for Carrie. All right, she's made her way in the up and over. She's on now to the hammer swing. She's got 3 obstacles left. She must lock this hammer into the bear trap. Great little 180, keeping her legs up. Backwards dismount, and she's got it on now. We actually have 2 obstacles left. This is gonna be a salmon ladder transfer. They must transfer the bar into the rungs in order to go forward, and it is a little slippery. It's a metal on metal. You can see that that bar has metal on the outsides and the metal L-bars that it's in. Slams it into some shallower rungs, and she's got it, and she is onto our last obstacle now. This is a slanted cliffhanger lane. They've got to make their way from one slanted cliffhanger to the next, and then they have to go over to the bowl across the rest of the cliffhangers, and the dismount and buzzer is on the other side. Carrie's making her way over, slides down. She was a little far to the right on that one. But that's okay. She's going to get retries, and she's got plenty of time left to get through. She's got 29 seconds on the clock. Tries to skip the second cliffhanger. Pretty sure that they do have to use that. Looking for clarification. I think Jen was telling her 22 seconds. We've had a great run so far, and just slides down, and unfortunately that is going to do it for Carrie's run. Being the first runner, you don't really get to see beta or anything from everybody else. All right, Carly is up now on the ring swing. She's got to stick the landing, and she's got it on that dismount. On now to rolling along. We've got two barrels here. She can use the cat grab. She's clarifying, making sure that she's allowed to. The second one does move if you're too far forward or backward on it. The dismount is right in front of her. Leans into it, and she's got it. Carly's making her way now over to the bungee bar. She misses that lache, but with our retry system, they do get 3 tries. She's got it now on her second attempt. She's got to reach up to that ring, pull herself back to that dismount, and it is a clear. She's now going to be monkey barring her way through. Makes it to the second to last one. She's got to reach out now to the next one. Reaches her way through. And great dismount. On now to our grip line. This, if you're not too, you don't have your hips going the right way, it can send you in a circle, but she's able to reach from that last cannonball, but she does fall backwards on that dismount, which means that she is going to have to retry this obstacle. Making her way now through the grip line. Trying to keep herself from going in that circle. Oh, reaches a little, ooh. She might have hit her head maybe on the cannonball, not sure. Takes a little bit of a hard fall there. Knocks her glasses off, but she is resilient, and she does get another try. Everybody's cheering her on. We want to see her get through this obstacle here. There we go. Now she's in a good lineup now. Great hip control here. She's just got to reach out to that trapeze. Is able to get both hands on that trapeze. Now we just need a big swing. She can overshoot it. Yes, and we've got Carly through the grip line. Now onto the skateboard. 49 seconds left of our 3.5-minute time limit here. Way to compose herself, determination, get through on that final attempt on that obstacle. Getting another obstacle under her belt. She's got 36 seconds left. Slides back. She can use that ring that is above. 23 seconds, pulls up, resets again. It is okay if they slide back and they reset on the platform. That is allowed. So she has not used a retry. Oh, another hard hit, healing off of those rings. She still has 11 seconds left. She does get another try. If she can really push hard and use her momentum up instead of locking off, I think she's got it. Takes another hard hit onto the mat. 5 seconds left on the clock. I think she may be calling it on that one. Amazing job to Carly. So much resilience out of her and her run. Very proud of her out here. All right. Again, with that retry system, you know, it's a love-hate relationship. You get multiple tries on an obstacle, which means you can correct the mistakes, but also it takes your time and it wears out your grip, your endurance. And Gabby is going to be our next runner, one of our two young adults here at our WNA qualifier. Basically, these two are guaranteed to qualify for finals, and now they're just fighting it out to see who's going to take home that gold WNA medal today. She has to stick this landing, but technically, yeah, there it is. Let's say she passed the plane on the first obstacle, so she's good there, but she does have to take a retry because she did step off the side of that platform. But doesn't need another try on there. Gabby is on her way to the bungee bar. Great grab. Got a nice switch grip, reaching out and pulling herself into the platform onto monkey through. These L bars are put at different angles, which you can monkey bar, but you have to really think about which hand you're gonna reach with, where you're gonna have your hips as you go from one to the next. And Gabby makes it look easy as she's going to the grip line to line up her hips, making sure she pulls the right direction, is able to get over to that trapeze. She's got a nice long reach, wants to take one extra swing to make sure she doesn't fall backwards, and she's got it. Onto our skate tricks. This is a feet-only obstacle. You're not allowed to put your hands down anywhere on here. Running her way through, heading over to slide around. There's a ring slider, an extra ring that's a little higher, and then a spinning disc on this obstacle. She's able to pull up to that ring. See how she attacks the spinning. We've seen multiple ways. We've seen people go for the spinning disc technique like we're seeing now. Gets it, nice. We've also seen people match hands on either side and kind of just go for a lâché instead of spinning off of it. Gabby goes for that spin, gets it on her first try. She's on the bar trap. She must push that bar up and into the bear trap in order to progress forward to the dismount of this obstacle. Very close. She just needs to pop a little bit more. If she can drive her knees and really push that bar up, she could also get her hands a little bit closer to the bear trap. If she scoots her hands over, it's gonna be easier to control. The further away she is from that bear trap, the more bar she's gonna have to move. Try number 2 for Gabby on the bar trap. Again, those retries, they can wear you out. Oh, she misses the lâché. Her hands might be giving out on her here. She's got 52 seconds, and this is her final attempt here on the bar trap obstacle. Just gotta make this lâché. Grabs it in a switch grip, scoots further away. I want her to scoot closer to that bear trap so she has less bar to push up. She scoots over just a little bit. She can have it, but her hands slip off. That's gonna do it for her run. She does have 20 seconds left if she'd like to do another obstacle, but great job out of Gabby. For this one, they have to lâché or reach up to that top bar. They've got to pull themselves feet only on the next bar and then drop down hands only to the last bar. And that's gonna do it for Gabby's run. One of our 2 young adult athletes that's gonna put her in first place overall right now, with Freya running later. But now we're gonna head back over to our teen females, and Julia is gonna be up next. We can see all the Ascend ladies carrying chalk for each other. We love the team camaraderie out here. They are competing against each other, but it's also their teammates, and they want to see somebody beat the course. They want to see somebody be successful and cheer each other on. Julia is next on the tech course. Just making sure she knows where to go, making sure she doesn't have any questions for Jen before Jen sends her off on her way. And Julia is off. Great pull through from ring 1, 2 to 3. Pulls back. She does have to stick this landing here. There's a shared platform, goes right away into rolling along. 1 step through everything in that obstacle. Lachey's right away to the bungee bar. Great switch grip here. Big reach up. 1 pull back, and she is out of there, over to monkey through. Great job here. She's able to pull through every single one. I want to take a closer look at that obstacle and figure out which hand I would start with, or which one I would reach with what on that obstacle. Keeping her hips going the way she wants to go. Very smooth. Every one of those cannonballs she pulled away from the trapeze bar, so that last one she's able to get 1 little pull back and go. Scooting, ooh, nice, scooting that skateboard just close enough to be able to stride through the rest of the balance obstacle. On now to slide around. Great pull up. Let's see her technique here. It looks like she's gonna go for that spinning disc approach, pulls through, gets right on the corner of that dismount. Over now to bar trap with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. She's got a salmon ladder kick. You see she scoots her hands closer to the bear trap. It gives her a little bit less bar to push up. There it is. Gets it on her second try, looking now for that dismount, and she's got it. We're going to see her now on the bar hop drop. It is hands only on the 1st, 2nd, and 4th bar, and feet only on the carpet bonded foam on the 3rd bar. So she must lachey up, pull herself to standing or a squatting position. There she goes. No crossbars are allowed to be used in this obstacle, but her feet are a little too far forward when she drops down and she's not able to hold on. If that's the case, I would see if maybe she could squat down on that carpet bonded foam and lean out to the next bar. She can turn herself around here. There she goes. Lean her way out. So if she squats lower, if she can squat a little bit lower and just slowly, I think she's got it. I think right now she's going from too high up, and when she's hitting that last bar, the force of the impact is ripping her hands open. This is her last attempt on this obstacle. It's taking a lot of strength to stand herself up, but she is resilient. If she can just go a little closer to it, squeeze. Yes, she's got it. Now she's got a dismount. And that is a clear, great job. 3 tries on that obstacle. You know she's feeling it now as she's going over to the hammer swing. She must lock this bar, this hammer into the bear trap before she's allowed to dismount. Decides to turn herself around. As one of our taller athletes, she does have to work really hard to not scrape herself on the ground here, which is gonna cause it to be a little more challenging to build a swing when you can't swing your legs and your toes through. 10 seconds left on the clock. Locks it in. She just needs that dismount and that point. Oh, but she puts her foot down on the mat. 3 seconds left on the clock. Leans out. Tries to lock it right away, and that's gonna do it for Julia's run. Second place overall on our tech and fifth place on overall between the two courses. We've got our other young adult, Freya. Let's see, right now, Gabby made it through 7 obstacles in 1:45. So because she's going a little later, Freya knows what she has to do in order to get that gold WNA medal. Rolling along here, heading over to bungee barn. Reaches out, sets those hips back, pulls forward, making sure she's on that dismount. Very good technique. Reaching out, lining her hands up with the direction that she wants to go. Very calm as she leans out to that trapeze. She doesn't want too much forward and backswing. She wants that side to side, slightly diagonal. Great kick back. Just wants to make sure she's lining up and not going into that truss, and she's got that dismount on 2 skate tricks. Feet only obstacle, skates over to that railing, runs across, keeps that momentum into slide around. Over to the spinning disc. Looks like she's gonna go for that spinning approach. Great use of her hips and her legs, pulling herself through. 2:22, getting a little bit of chalk. If she can get through this obstacle, I'm pretty sure that means she's gonna get gold. Could be wrong on that. She's got it. Her first attempt, she's able to push that bar into the bear trap. And that is gonna do it on now to the bar hop drop. We know that Freya wants that buzzer. She wants a clear on this course. She's gotta pull herself up. She cannot use any of the side bars. She can only use her hands on that first, second, and last bar. Squatting to get very close to that bar, making sure it doesn't peel her off. Little bicycle kick and she's out of there. 1:36 on the clock. On the hammer swing. She's got to lock this into that bear trap. Trying to get the best swing she can, making sure she's got a good grip before she goes. Turns it around, looking to pop it right here. Going for a 180 dismount, very smooth out of Freya. 1:15 left, 2 obstacles. We're on our flight path. Our ladies must transfer that salmon ladder bar into the rungs in order to move forward. The bar is a little slippery. We got the metal on metal, and the rungs are just a little bit more shallow than you may be used to on a salmon ladder. But that's not stopping Freya. She pulls back, goes, kicks her way through. 50 seconds left. 1 obstacle between Freya and a buzzer on this tech course, and this is our Cliff Lane. Getting some advice from a friend there. 35 seconds left on the clock. She's shaking out, making sure she can get this on her first attempt. 2 of those cliffhangers are slanted, almost like a gotta go. She's got to pull back and throw right away. It's just a little too low. She knows she's got 23 seconds, so she's going to go right away. 20 seconds left on the clock. She's got to move if she wants to clear this obstacle. Lining her hips up. She goes a little too far over to the left. She does have 1 more try. There are 3 tries total. Goes right away, doesn't even use that rope, pulls back, and just slips off that cliffhanger, trying to send it as fast as she can. That's gonna do it for Freya's run, but that does put her in first place overall. That means Freya is gonna be our young adult female champion, sweeping first place, getting that gold medal. Great job. We're moving on now to Lauren, another teen. We're down to our last 6 runners. Lauren is off, jumping out, using that circular motion to get her from the platform to the first few rings. Trying to keep her hips in a straight line here to go right to the dismount. Great pull through. 1 step on each. Climbing up to our bungee bar. Great set, very smooth. Monkeying through the L bars. Great job. Now she's got to make sure that she can keep her hips from going in a circle here. Very calm and relaxed. Goes right away to the dismount. She's got great body control here. I think that's a trait we're seeing that they work on a lot based on this course and based on what we've seen out of our Ascend athletes. The body control and awareness and direction changes is astounding, and you can really see it here as Lauren is moving her way around the spinning disc and over to the bar trap. Tries to go her first time. I think she just pulled the bar back a little bit. There, gets it in her front swing. Goes right away and out of it. Very smooth onto bar hop drop. No retries to this point for Lauren. Lachey's up. She's got to pull herself. Stands up. Squatting down. Goes right away, keeping those hips and chest forward. She is onto the hammer swing. There, wow, the hammer turns. I don't know if that was what she wanted to do, but that was probably one of the smoothest we have seen on that hammer swing. Sometimes the obstacle does what it wants and you go with it and it works in your favor. She's got to build her swing up here, making sure she doesn't slide out, slamming it over to those rungs. She is out of there. 1:23 on the clock. Are we going to see a buzzer out of Lauren on our cliff lane? Getting some great advice. Whoa, my gosh! She misses with one hand, but is able to pull through to that second slanted cliff paddle. All she's got to do now is get through these cliffhangers, dismount forward, and a buzzer for Lauren! Little muscle to the camera there. Wow, great job out of Lauren. That's gonna be our first finisher of the teens. And that's gonna put her in second place overall. Great job. 5 ladies left in the teen division to run. And Shay's gonna be our next one. Shay swinging her way through. I've talked about this in whoa, she skips the big one. I've talked about this in every division, but I love that rings are the first obstacle here. It's just a way to get your nerves out, warm your body up, and get your mind set for a course. Shay one steps through the balance, taking a backswing here on the bungee bar. Leading out for that switch grip, is able to use that bungee to reach up, setting those hips back, and she's out of there. We're gonna monkey our way through these L bars, pulling back right away. She's got a little bit of a circle going, which can actually play to her advantage here. If she pulls back, there it is. This should set her right over to the dismount. Great job. Doesn't even use that extra little balance bar we've got there, sprinting her way. She probably could have reached all the way over to that spinning disc. That was such a good run through that slider there. Ooh, it looks like she pulled a little diagonally and pulled into the spinner instead of around the spinner, which is a very common thing that we see on spinner technique, but she's able to stop her swing. Oh, she could, a little bit of shoulder engagement. There it is. Bicycle kicks her way through, and she is able to salvage it. Great job, Shay. 1:53 on our bar trap. And she's gonna pop this bar up into the bear trap. If she can get a little bit more, drive her knees up, she's gotta really push it. Oh, I thought that was it. There it is, just a little bit more power she needed. If those bear trap, if it's even open, the jaws are open even a teeny tiny bit, whatever you are slamming into that bear trap can come out. You've got to make sure you get all the way up through so they can close underneath. We're on now to the bar hop drop. Pulling her way up, Standing, making sure she's got her balance. Taking one extra swing, making sure that she gets past that mat to the dismount. 59 seconds on the clock and 3 obstacles left for Shay on this tech course. Trying to keep her legs up. Incidental, if they're scraping, it's okay. Actually, it hurts them more than helps them, but if we see anybody really stomp their foot down, we're gonna call that. Shay's looking for that dismount. Backwards dismount from Shay over to flight path. 30 seconds, we gotta move if we wanna get a chance at that cliff lane. Bar does slide a little bit with that metal on metal. It's a little slippery. Goes a little too low. Her feet slam on the ground. She's got 17 seconds to get through this obstacle. Ten seconds. I want to see Shay beat this one. She's got to slam it over. She's got to go. Again, a little too low. 3 seconds left on the clock. Lucas is going to reset and tell her to go for it. Use all the time. And that is going to do it for Shay. That's going to be a 3rd place run for Shay. 3rd place on our overall leaderboard. Top 5 are going to be headed to finals, where they will actually not just be running 2 courses, they're going to be running 3 courses at finals, a speed course, a tech course, and an endurance course. And we got Abby up. Big pulls here out of Abby. Great pull through. Sticks the landing, over to the rolling, along, and now to the bungee bar. Great kick back, going right away, using that bungee bounce to push her way up to the ring, and she's over to monkey through. Matching on that second one, setting her hips back to the 3rd. Now she's got to reach, pull back, and she is out of there. Leaning out to that bar, making sure she doesn't have too much crazy swing here. Matching on those cannonballs. Great. Great shoulder engagement, getting her way, reaching over to that trapeze, and now we're on some skate tricks. Nice, super good speed through there. Sliding along, she's gonna reach up to that taller ring. Oh, I thought she was gonna go for it right there. Is able to kick, controlling her shoulders. Great job, Abby. 215 onto bar trap. Wow, that was really good technique. I was wondering if we were gonna see her do that. She grabbed it, front swing, and then kipped her hips up. That was super good. All right, she's got to lâcher her way up to that taller bar, put her feet onto the carpet bonded foam, and stand herself all the way up. This is one of the obstacles that I think is a little easier, actually, if you are shorter. You don't have as much body to stand up, but she's got it. And on to another obstacle that plays to our shorter athletes. Got to keep your feet up. Make sure you're not dragging your toes as you slam that hammer into the bear trap. Trying to get as much momentum off the platform as she can. Making sure her hands are where she wants them. Forward on this one. Nice, that sent her right over to the dismount. 1:13 and 2 obstacles left for Abby on our flight path salmon ladder. Looks like she's gonna try to pull back and go right away. Great job. Floats it over. Must put it in the rungs before she can dismount, and she has 52 seconds, and she will get 3 attempts if she even needs them on this last obstacle. Pulling her way up. These slanted cliffhangers, look, she's looking for that pullback match and going right away. She's a little too low and to the right, so it did kind of slide her. If she can get up a little bit higher, float more, I think she'll be able to hold on to that second slanted cliffhanger. 25 seconds on the clock here. Pulling those legs back. Oh, still just a little too low. She just needs a little more power. 18 seconds on the clock. Last try on this obstacle for Abby. Are we gonna see a buzzer beater here? 10 seconds. She's gotta go. She's gotta pull back and go. Oh, and hands just open up. She's looking down at her hands, not sure if she ripped or her hands just gave out on her. That's gonna be a third place placement tech run for Abby, and it's gonna put her in second place overall. We're down to our final 3 runners of the division with Sophie up next. Let's see if Sophie Starr can be a star out here on this tech course. Swinging her way through, pulling through. Gotta line her hips up. She's got a little bit of a circle. If she goes now, it'll take her right to it. Stepping her way across to the bungee bar. Great jump back, going right away, letting that bungee send her up to the ring and out. Very smooth from Sophie. Reaches right away, trusting her hips, pulling through. She is wasting no time in this course on the grip line. Steadied her swing. I really like that off of the trapeze to the first cannonball to make sure she wasn't going crazy. Sending her hips back. Gonna take one extra swing to make sure she's not flying into that truss, and she's attacking our skateboard. Great work striding through. Big pull up to the ring. Let's see our tech here. Looks like she's gonna go for a spin around, pull to the dismount, 226 onto the bar trap. Goes, stops her swing here. She's gonna kick straight up. Gets it on her first try. Very powerful out of Sophie. I can't wait to see on that obstacle specifically what Lucas has in store for our elite athletes in the next division. Lachey's up. This one as well. I'm interested to see how he changes this one too. She's got to stand herself up, leaning forward. Right away, very good dismount from Sophie onto the hammer swing. Locks it in. Looking for that backwards dismount. Great float and push off of the hammer. She's got 1.5 minutes left on the clock with 2 obstacles left. You think about these girls have run 2 courses today, so not just 1, but 2, all of these obstacles. By the time this is gonna be her 20th obstacle of the day that she's on right now. So you gotta keep that in mind. They've gotta be tired, and this one definitely pumps you out, but she's got over 1 minute left, and she hasn't used a single retry in this course, and she still gets 3 tries for every obstacle. First try. Reaching over to that bowl, making sure that hand doesn't slip off. She's just got to traverse her way across this cliffhanger line, looking for that dismount. Pulling forward, pulling, and she's got it! 2 minutes and 48 seconds. That is a second place tech run and first place overall. Sophie is indeed a star. Great job. 2 runners left. We just had Sophie. Now we've got Sophia, one of our home athletes here at Ascend. Great Gibbons tech, keeping her hips behind her, reaching out to that last one. 1 foot on each. That last roller can roll a little bit, but they're so light on their feet, it doesn't even move under them. Super smooth. She's very controlled and thinking about setting her hips back as she's reaching to the next obstacle. So she's already thinking 1 step ahead in the approach of her body, and it's working really well in her favor. The body awareness of our Ascend athletes, they work very hard on that. You can see it here. Pulling up to that high ring. Going around and over, floats that dismount, 2:40 on the clock. Our last two girls are in a very good place. They know what they need to do and they know how fast they need to do it in order to take one of those top 5 spots. She's got to drive her knees, her hips. There it is. Doesn't give up after missing that a couple times. Over to the dismount, and now we're going to go on a bar hop drop. Again, I love the teammates that are carrying chalk, coaching each other, cheering each other on this course. Love the camaraderie here. Drops down to that last bar, gets the dismount, and running over to the hammer swing. 2 minutes on the clock. She has to really reach out a little bit shorter than some of the other girls, but she's able to get a bigger swing here. Using her full body, turns as a 180, 145 on the clock. Getting a little bit of chalk here. Puts both hands on the bar. Now she's got to build her swing up. She's got to be careful with that front swing because it is a very slippery bar. She's got to make sure it doesn't slide out from underneath her. Good pull back. Slams it over to the salmon ladder, and she is out of there. 120 on the clock. Clean run so far for Sophia. Not that the retries count against them, but it does help with their timing and their grip strength. First try over to the paddle. Reaches out to that bowl. Just a couple cliffhangers standing between Sophia and another buzzer here at our first qualifier. Swings her legs through, and she's got it in 2:29. All smiles here from Sophia. That's going to be a first place run and first place overall. Wow, great run from Sophia. We've got one runner left. We're gonna have Vivian, our fastest speed placement, our last runner on the tech course. Gonna have someone carry water. I like it when my coach carries water for me on a longer course like this because I feel like I get dehydrated very quickly on these courses. She's gonna Gibbons her way through, setting those hips back right to that dismount. Very in control here. Very light on her feet. Setting those legs back, reaching up right away. Little pull back, right to the dismount. Keeping her hips behind her with every move here onto the grip line. I like that she went to the corner of the trapeze, skips the middle cannonball. Very controlled in her swing here. Again, nothing about this run seems reckless. She just seems very calm, in control, relaxed, like she does this in her sleep is what it seems like. Makes her way around, right over to the dismount, 2:37 on the clock. Wow, very impressive. I like that she scooped her hand under and then pushed it right away up into the bear trap. 220, she's got to pull herself up, making sure she doesn't touch those crossbars. That was smart. She really set her hips behind her, leaned out, and then used that momentum to take her to the dismount. Vivian is on our hammer swing. Locks it into place first try. This girl is calm but powerful is what I'm seeing from her. Grabs high on the rope. Does a little lache, making sure that she doesn't pull that salmon ladder bar to either side. Great pull back, slamming it almost too high there, but is able to drop it into the rungs, and she has 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock on this last obstacle. Can we get this on our first try? Very impressive grip strength. She was low on that second cliffhanger, but was able to hold on. She's just got to make her way through, fight through these last couple cliffhangers. She's got to reach, get to that dismount. One backswing for her, and a clear in 2:16. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for our teens and our young adults. You're looking at your teen results here. We got Vivian in first, Sophia, Sophie, Lauren, and Abby are also going to be qualifying to the championships. Then looking at our young adult, we've got Freya taking that gold and Gabby in second with the silver. Both of them are also going to be qualifying to the championships, which are going to be in March in Missouri at Modus Ninja Warrior. If you missed out on the action, or maybe you were here but didn't get one of those qualifying spots, your season is not over. We have 3 more comps this year. We've got Warrior Tech in North Carolina next month, Dexterity in January in Pennsylvania, and Crescent City in February in Louisiana. Top 5 from every one of these comps in every division are going to move on. We're looking to have 20 ladies total at finals who will be taking on 3 courses, a speed course, a tech course, and we're going to throw in an endurance course. The winners at finals will be determined by a combination of all 3 of those courses, so they're really going to have to be a well-rounded, all-around athlete. Thank you guys for hanging out today. We will be back at 3 o'clock with our elites. We have 11 elite females that are signed up here. It's going to be super fun courses. You guys are not going to want to miss it. Again, big shout out to the Ascend team. Big shout out to Ninja Works, everybody that's worked with us to help make this season possible. I'm Megan Budway alongside Jen Sanders from the Women's Ninja Association, and we will see you guys at 3 o'clock for the last division of the day.